Good morning. My story, I'll just read what I have. Sharing a Christmas story, I remember that may have been most enjoyable, a favorite, not so enjoyable, sad, but significant. I can appreciate being given the opportunity to share something happy or sad. Ordinarily, we ask to talk about the merry when we're sharing something about amongst the large group of people and about Christmas. One of the more memorable Christmases for me was of the year 1985. Although I say memorable, I had to ask my family, my mother specifically, about the occasion and the details. And I recall saying when she told me her side of it that I didn't remember it that way, and I tried to jog my memory to remember it. What I do remember when something like this, my grandmother was sick with lung cancer. She had received radiation treatment in a hospital in Jackson, Mississippi, University Hospital. And my mother had come home during the time that she was caregiving to my grandmother, and around Christmas time, and told me that it would be best that we had Christmas in Mississippi. And I'm used to saying Mississippi instead of the town of Hazelhurst because that's the way we always did it. I just need to follow my notes. Excuse me. I remember my mother and I drove down, and my brother and sister flew down, and we were all there a couple of days before the holiday. My mother, my grandmother, my mother, my sister, my brother, and myself. My father was not there. And we started on the festivities right away. My grandmother had 3 acres of land in Hazelhurst, and we decided we were going to chop down a tree for our Christmas tree. So we found a hatchet, and my brother and I were designated ourselves as the one to do it, since we were always in competition. And we're still in competition, but not as much as we used to be. So we chopped down this tree, and we picked one that was, comparable to what we had to work with. I brought 2 pictures that are out for viewing out. And then my mother went uptown, which is how they refer to downtown in the South, and bought us a gift. I remember she bought me a watch, a Timex watch, from the local jewelry store. I don't remember the name of it. It's Hazelhurst Jewelers, or maybe one of the more prominent families in Hazelhurst. But a watch was my favorite, so I was happy. I think it was one of the more memorable ones because we were all together. I was somewhere I had experienced a lot of good times, along with several life experiences. I visited Mississippi every summer from the time I was, 12 to 16. Also, it was a change from the routine Christmas that we had in Detroit. It was great witnessing the most creative, simple, yet general effort it took to make it a Christmas. It was a group effort, and all members participated in their own unique way. My mother put it all together, and we cooperated with her efforts. we were all content and satisfied just to be there sharing what little material gifts we were given. I remember my brother broke out in hives after my mother woke us up, woke he and I up one night to carry my grandmother to the bathroom. We made a seat out of our interlocking our hands and wrists with one another. And I remember asking my grandmother, was she really trying to get better? And she assured me she was. I don't remember us going out very much at all. A lot of people came to her house to visit, and it seemed it was a very good Christmas. In retrospect, I think it was a Christmas more favorable because the display of love received and given that day. And it reminded me of the song, Give Love on Christmas Day, what better gift is there than love? But the lyrics, what better gift is there than love? And that's my story.